Usually, unless I'm mad at my kids. So I'm going to try my best to make it all the way back there. But if you could, just squeeze in. Everybody get as close as we can. You know, we want this to be a very intimate gathering. That's right, right. And what I had hoped was that I do a couple quick thank yous. We unveil the plaque. I tell a quick story. Actually, I'm going to read a quick letter that kind of describes Bob as well as I could with my own words. And then offer that anyone who wants to, please share a story or a little time where he pissed you off or he made you laugh or, you know, something. Or if he coached you and you enjoyed it. So, yeah, we'll be here a while, so keep the complaints to a minimum. But there were a lot of people that were involved in this effort, lots and lots of folks who contributed to the fund that we established, the Bob Hyland Memorial Fund. Part of that fund helped to pay for this plaque. We were graciously allowed to hang it by the Recreation Department. The facility was kept open for us tonight. They're supposed to close at 3 o'clock. Patty stayed open just so that we could do this and issued a permit for us to all come out here. So thank you to Patty. And thank you to Ruth for providing some refreshments. Harry played a big part in helping to get the Memorial Fund started, and to the board. You know, the board did a great job and really pushing this, and we're hoping that we can continue it and use this to help kids who might not be able to afford our fees, pay their fees, and for some other things that we feel are consistent with what Bob would have wanted. You know, helping children, whether it's with sports, education, there's opportunities. So if you have a good vehicle that we can help or at least consider, feel free to submit something to us. So I think I have all the thank yous out of the way. A couple board members here that can't make it. I have something that I'll read later when we're sharing from Don Winthrop, but Bobby Hyland, Michael Hyland, you all know these guys. Most of you know how I felt about Bob. There were times when I wanted to punch him, and there are times when I wanted to just grab his meaty face and just kiss him. And I'm still hurting. A year later, it's easier, but it's still not easy. So, without any further ado, I'd like to have the boys here unveil the plaque. Michael, if you want to read it out, read the plaque. And then Michael has something that he wants to share with the group.
Yes, I'll go this way. Stand over here, right? Yeah. Alright, so in honor and memory of Bob Hyland, father, coach, friend, and someone singularly dedicated to the happiness and success of young people, we are grateful in the Taney Youth Baseball Association. I just want to say a few things real quick. You know, first of all, I got to thank everyone who came out today. It means a lot to me and my brother especially. And, you know, if you knew my dad, you knew how much he loved baseball. It was his life. You know, he's had jobs, plenty. If you knew my dad well, he knew he had all different types of jobs. But Taney was the one he consistently had. And, you know, I saw it firsthand with emails, tryouts. He was always there. And as much as he bitched about it, as much as he complained about it, it was his passion. He loved it. He loved coaching the kids. You know, I don't think there was a kid up to last year in this league that hadn't been tried out by my dad. And honestly, it's so great that we could do this, that everyone came out here to celebrate. And I just really hope his legacy lives on through the league. I hope it continues to grow. I mean, from when I was in the league, when we had like maybe 5 teams in the majors, we struggled to put 5 teams in the majors. And now what? We have 10 teams almost in each league. Whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's growing every year. I'm so happy to see that. I just hope that we all put forth the effort to keep the league going and keep his legacy alive, because this league is honestly the thing that I remember most about my father, and I love it to this day. I'll continue to support it. I hope to coach one day in the league, and I just thank you all again for coming out. It really means a lot to us.
Thanks, Michael.
Now I guess we open the floor.
Yeah, I've got a letter I want to read. It's a goofy letter. There's some cursing in it. So
it's Bob.
If you don't want to hear, exactly. The first is an email. This is an email exchange between one of the dads that Bobby and my son Gabe grew up with, their boy Jacob, and then Bob's replied. Bob, write to inform you that Jacob will not be playing baseball with Taney this year. This is when they were 15. It's like the last year in the older division. Sad to write this, Jacob started in Taney as a 7-year-old with you as his coach. He ended this past summer with you as his coach. Jacob and his mother and I have appreciated so much all that you have done, all that you have added to his childhood in the form of Little League Baseball. He's learned so much from you, and we have always appreciated the way in which you seem to take a special interest in Jacob. We will all miss both of you and your son Bobby. Jacob will hopefully be playing high school ball at camp. He tried out and made one of the Arsenal South Jersey travel teams for the summer months immediately following high school ball. He evidently did very well in his pitching tryout. Bob, thanks again for all you've done. I'm sure we'll cross paths. When you read in the paper that Gamp lost with 2 out in the last inning on a Jacob Kurtz running mistake, you will surely understand. Yeah, Bob's replied. Me being me, this is from Bob. Yeah, and you know very well, Jacob Kurtz running mistake. He gets into that a little bit. I'm sure you know that my first reaction is, bullshit, Jim. There's no reason Jacob can't play with us this year. Even if he misses games in practice, he's still a part of our original 9, and we want to finish with them. Just one more year. That is why, as I've grown older and gotten a better handle on my volcanic and reactionary personality, I've learned to wait. This is the next day. But I didn't want to wait too long. This may be the saddest one ever for me. Not to dramatize it or to take it out of context of kids playing baseball. This is the cursing part. Close your ears. This fucking kid, I'm sorry about the expletive, but your son would expect nothing less, stole my heart. He did it years ago, not any specific time or place or circumstance. How many human beings, let alone kids, do we have in our lives that make those lives better? Simply by being a part of them. This is Bob. I've thought about it all night and today. I love this kid with all my heart. I love when he shows up, I love when he does well, and I love when he screws up even more. I will so miss the iconic figure of Jacob sitting in the dirt, feet just inches from the base he was trying to get to, both arms up over his helmet, laying back in the dirt, and then smiling that big, beautiful smile of his. The absolute worst base runner I have ever seen in all my years of baseball, playing and coaching. And I loved every minute of it. Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Kurtz, there is a man in this world that thinks almost as much of your son as I do. Or as you do, rather, I'm sorry. And almost all of us have gotten something from Bob like that. I was responsible for Jacob going to Arsenal, so that's why I got part of this. And in the process, I got my ass chewed out by Bob for taking him over there. But I just thought that the exchange between the two and the love that Bob showed the parents and the kids was just extraordinary and unique, and something that that we lack, really. You know, I think most of us are really afraid to show our true emotions, but Bob was not that guy. He wore it right here, good or bad, everything. You know, the bleeding heart, the whole thing. And that's what I remember best and most about him, is I never had to guess what he was thinking because he always told me. So with that, leave it to Mario.